Hi, special friends. Welcome to Mrs. Ashlee's Learning Emporium, where we read, write, learn, and play. I'm Mrs. Ashlee. Today, we are going to listen to Brooke and Bre, the engineering team, read by Miss Tamara. Welcome back, special friend. My name is Miss Tamara, and I'm back to read another book by Mrs. Ashlee. Today, I am here to read Brooke and Bre, the engineering team, by Mrs. Ashlee to you. I hope you enjoy this story. There were two sisters with a lot of heart. Both were persistent and both were smart. But when the girls went to school, boys always seemed to tell them what girls couldn't do. Bre would sometimes get upset, but Brooke encouraged her nonetheless. She told her sister she was brilliant and bright. She gave her hugs and listened to her plans each night. Bre's latest big dream was for her and her sister to enter a school competition as an engineering team. Brooke asked, "Engineer something? How do we do that?" Bre replied, "Dear sister, we just put on our thinking caps." The next day, the sisters went to the competition table. A group of boys laughed and told them they weren't capable. But they ignored them and signed on the dotted line. Bre and Brooke were determined to be the greatest engineers of all time. The sisters were given a box with materials and rules. There were popsicle sticks, straws, milk cartons, and a bottle of glue. This year, the challenge was to solve a problem for people in a small town. They couldn't cross their town river by ground. Brooke's idea was to build a bridge, of course, but Bre told her they had to think about it more. What would the bridge be made of? What would be its height? They could put the townspeople in danger if they didn't get this right. So Bre and Brooke asked a local architect to share what he knew. He taught them so much and gave them their own hard hats too. The weeks had flown by, it seemed, and today was the day that everyone would compete. The judges sat behind a table with curious looks. The first team was up and seemed to have it in the book. All of the other teams had presented and were checked off the list. Then the moment had come down to this. It was finally Bre and Brooke's turn. They were the only girls in the competition, they soon learned. Bre stood proud and told the crowd that they were civil engineers. Then Brooke made the details of their bridge clear. But many of their competitors pointed and laughed as Bre and Brooke stood on stage in their hard hats. But nobody could deny the wonderful solution they had found. The crowd cheered because the sisters' bridge would save the town. Bre and Brooke were awarded first place thanks to their hard work. The crowd asked them lots of questions and wanted to see more. All the girls circled the sisters and began to cheer. Bre and Brooke had encouraged them to join the competition next year. So many of them decided to follow Bre and Brooke's lead. The sisters had shown all the girls that they could be whatever they wanted to be. Come back to Miss Ashlee's Learning Emporium to hear the other stories that I will read.
Mrs. Ashlee here. In our story, we had some pretty big words. Maybe some of them were new for you, and maybe some of them were not. I thought we would go through a few of them together because, of course, learning new words is always great for our big brains. Our first word is architect. An architect is a person who designs buildings and may be in charge of building it. In our story, Brooke and Bre visited the architect to learn how to build a bridge properly. Our next word is capable. Capable is one of my favorite words, and it means to be able to do something. You are capable of any and everything, special friends. Our next word is civil engineer. A civil engineer is a person who designs and builds roads, bridges, large buildings, and more. So maybe our architect had a background in civil engineering. Being a civil engineer sounds pretty cool, don't you think? Our next word is competition. A competition is an event where a prize or an award is won for being the best at something. It's always fun to be the winner of a competition, but don't forget to have good sportsmanship. That's the mark of a great competitor. Our next word is encourage. Encourage means to help someone believe they can do something. And can do is also a nice way to say capable. So, to encourage helps someone believe that they are capable. And last, we have persistent. Persistent means to continue to try to do something without giving up. I hope that you're very persistent in learning our new words. The best way to learn new words is to use them. So use these new words. And if you found some in a story that I did not cover here, just ask someone or look it up. And then you'll be able to use your new words. I really enjoyed hearing Brooke and Bre, the engineering team, read by our special friend. Now, the fun doesn't have to end. You can download coloring pages from Brooke and Bre's story at mrsashlee.com on the free resources tab. But there's lots of coloring pages from all of my stories. I hope that you have lots of fun bringing these illustrations to life with your own creativity. Meet me back here Thursday and we'll do a fun activity with Brooke and Bre in the form of a song. Thanks for coming to Mrs. Ashlee's Learning Emporium. See you next time, special friends.